Hi everyone and welcome to the Aries Moon Girl channel. Welcome to 2025. I waited until the beginning of this year in order to start feeling the energy of the year and start sharing the prediction. And I chose the day after the worst day of the month when we just had Mars opposition Pluto. If nothing bad happened by now, we're off to a good start. All jokes aside, welcome to my channel. I'm Aries Moon Girl. This is the channel for astrology. Sometimes we do prediction, but most of all, we look into your personality, we look into compatibility, we look into sun, moon, rising combinations. We dig deep in order to find who we are at our core, what's our superpower. And if you want to know more about your year, if you want to know more about yourself, please press the subscribe button. I'm gonna come back each month with the monthly predictions for each particular sign. Before we head into the description of 2025, I wanted to give you the opportunity, if anyone is interested in a personal reading. I'm starting to take some personal readings, starting to have a bit more time this year. And if you want a personal reading, just write a comment down below and I will give you the email address where you can contact me with the specific questions and what you would like to know. Yes, so 2025. This is a year like no other. We're heading into a year of change. It's a number 9 year. It's a year of concluding, closing the loop. You might have heard this from other astrologers, and everyone says it's the year where everything is never gonna be the same again. And I tend to agree. I also, beyond this, know that many of the people that are predicting don't know exactly what that never gonna be the same again will actually look like. Because although we say, oh, astrology can predict certain elements, certain energies, but things that have never unfolded before cannot be predicted by a mind that thinks in the old patterns, and most of us do think in old patterns. So I want to say that there will be an element of surprise in the next year for all of us, but what we can read are the broader energies. And what's going on a very subtle level is we're dealing with two halves of the year. The first half, things are concluding, things are ending. A lot of Pisces energy will be in the air. I haven't seen this much Pisces energy, I think, since what year was it? Since 2014 or something like that, when we had huge waves of migration, floods. But that's the energy of the first half. So the first half is gonna just tiptoe around stepping into the new energy, while the second half is gonna fully unfold what we're gonna see in 2026 and going forward. And what we're gonna see on the bigger scale is a lot of the energy that's now in feminine signs. Feminine signs are water signs and earth signs. So the feminine energy, the energy of compassion, the energy of also in some cases the lower energy that keeps you more stuck is going to be replaced by an energy of progress, of things moving very fast. Everything will move into fire or air. So what we'll have from now on is what we haven't had for thousands of years, and that's extremely fast progress, extreme outward movement. And at the same time, I think because we haven't done this in a while, the past few years have prepared us for this. So we've been seeing progress, we've been seeing shifts, but I think the acceleration that we're gonna see all of a sudden is gonna be way beyond what we have had until now. So until now we were traveling by train, and now we're gonna go on a plane, and we're gonna get there extremely fast. The speed of lightning. That's the feeling when you tell me that all energy will be fire and air. At the same time, this is me going a bit ahead and talking about the second half of the year where we're gonna start feeling this. But at the same time, the first half of the year very much triggers our compassion. So a lot of energy will be in Pisces in February, and then going back in March, April, it will bounce back between Aries and Pisces back. So we're almost ready to leave something behind. We're kind of immersing ourselves in the emotion of that, because Pisces is compassion. That's why I said when we had so many planets in Pisces before, we had a lot of refugees, we had a lot of, and actually support and outpour of support for that. Also Pisces is water, so we need to be very careful with water. But this is kind of, I see the year like more divided into the moment where we lick our wounds and we're a bit upset or sad about something, or like in compassion, and then we wake up, the energy shifts into Aries, Saturn and Neptune go into Aries, and we find a warrior in us. Pluto has entered Aquarius, so people are anyways on a revolutionary movement. They are voting as a protest, they are protesting, they are inner, it's starting to be felt, but we haven't seen any mass protests on the street or things like that. So that might come based on whatever happens now with Pisces. So I'm trying to give you also the positive side. So the positive side of Pisces now is that we get the first half of the year to also kind of realize our dreams, kind of like really be in that dreamy state, in that compassionate state, and then we get to go to action with Aries. That could be also the symbolism of the first half is where we put the plan in motion, but also where we end the chapter. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. We're ending the Pisces cycle. I have been having Neptune there for how many years? 18 or so? No? Yeah. So also Saturn has been there for almost 2 years now in March. And then when it will leave Aries, it will still come back towards the end of the year once more into Pisces. But we have been having a lot of Pisces energy, which, as a biased Pisces, I need to say has helped us deal with this transition, because where Pisces is, you don't see things as clearly. They keep it a bit fuzzy. Things are kept a bit more optimistic than they actually are. And and I think it's been helping us cope with a lot of things that have not been as easy over the past years. I feel like this has been like our bandage, but now we're leaving that side behind, and it's time to start something new. And first Neptune will go into Aries for 6 months this year, and then Saturn for 3 months. We'll have also Uranus transition in the second half of the year from Taurus, which again, feminine sign, earth sign, into Aquarius. We had Pluto finally leaving Capricorn. So all the energy is shifting. By the second half, by November, by September, we'll see actually that all these planets are at 0 degrees, making some sort of sextile and trine, which has never happened ever since we know the world. We haven't had this type of alignment. Also because we hadn't discovered Neptune and Uranus at that point, but also it's more than 2000 years ago when this has happened. So it's not really comparable to anything. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to say what's there to come. This is a protective aspect though. That's the good part. We're starting something new with the speed of light, but we're starting it with this. So with protection, we're starting it with a sextile and 2 trines, really supporting the energy, really making it safe. And as my favorite astrologer Lada Dancheva says, till 2030 this protection will be there. So these planets will be speaking to each other, Neptune with Pluto and with Uranus. Now we have Saturn will not be there going forward, but that's not such a bad thing, because Saturn, guys, I'll need to do a video on Saturn transits on the sun and on the rising. People talk about Saturn return, but Saturn to your sun, Saturn to your rising, Saturn to your moon, it's not the easiest. So we won't miss Saturn there, but for now that protective element kind of tells us, okay, it's okay to step into the future. We're holding your way. Put one step in front of the other. And I don't know what that means. People are like, oh, we're gonna meet aliens. Maybe yes, maybe we're gonna fake meet aliens. But what's gonna happen is gonna be so different from what we know, but it's gonna be somehow protected by the energies. It's like we open the door for you so you can cross through it to the new dimension. And here I think one important thing to notice and to say is because water and earth are, as I said, heavier energies down to earth. They are in the earth. Both water comes from earth. We're lifting the energy up. So that's what we need to have in our life happening as well. We need to start lifting our own energy in order to start feeling okay in this type of in this type of environment. We need to be able to lift our energies up. We have a lot of air energy. Air energy is very telepathic as well. We're gonna start feeling more, understanding more. We're gonna need to elevate, because otherwise there will be an unmatch between where the planet is heading, where the universe is heading, and where we are heading. So I think there will be shifts in also how people are eating and how people are in how people are living, but that's gonna take a while. I just think that we're gonna end up in the end, if I'm to talk about the positive things that I feel or say, or I feel that all this journey to the age of Aquarius 2000 years from now, and so will bring us to a level of progress that's gonna be a lot better for us in certain senses. So as I said, earth and water were keeping you down. This means also in what there's certain things that have to do with that lower vibration energy. I don't know, probably eating meats or killing animals, or also wars and things like that. It's gonna be an energy of, okay, how can we improve all of this so you don't need to do all the mistakes? Pisces was more about, okay, how much compassion can I have for your mistakes? Well, Aquarius is going into how can you stop doing the mistakes? Let's rethink it, which is gonna be a good transition in the end, and it might have to come though through a revolution of some sort, so we need to be aware of that. Last time when Pluto was in Aquarius, again, remember French Revolution and American Revolution. This is a sign of revolutions. We're living through them. What else? Yeah, we're starting the year also with Mars retrograde in Cancer, which will then go into Leo. Again, the same story. Last time into the water sign together with all the Pisces energy. So again, watch out for water. There's loads going on with water, so watch out for it. At a collective level, we might hear some news about this, and yeah, I think that's one thing to watch out for. But then the planet will start, Mars will start going direct end of February, then it will transition into Leo, fire energy, and Jupiter will be in Cancer though, so we still have some support going forward in this watery manner for the next year. Starting with June, we're gonna have end of June or beginning of July, we're gonna have Jupiter in Cancer supporting there. And I think this is again another good omen for us, when all that energy is still swinging back and forth, like having some stable, nurturing energy for us. That's gonna be good. Overall, I think it's a year of things just transforming, and they will slowly start transforming more towards the second half of the year. But when we head into November or so, or September, October, you're gonna start understanding what this is all about, and we're gonna be in the middle of it, and we're gonna say, oh, what happened? How did we get here? We'll see what it is. Let's hope, let's pray, and let's meditate. Let's have a good uplifted energy for this year, because our energy uplifts also the planet, and if we uplift our own energy, we're uplifting the community. We're uplifting the human community that we live in. So big shifts going forward, but let's go into each individual sign so you get a bit of an idea of what's to come on each one of your signs. This was the collective reading, and I'm gonna follow up with individual videos for each one of the signs that are going to show up over the next couple of days on this channel. So watch out for your specific sign. I'm gonna probably start with Pisces or Aries, because it's kind of their year. And yeah, I'm gonna follow up with each one individual prediction. And if you want, again, if you want a specific prediction for your sun, moon, rising, for your individual chart, please write me down below a commentary, and I'll send you information about how you can get a reading. Hoping for the best year yet, hoping that 2025 will be merciful and loving to us, and hoping that we will all thrive and live our best lives in this year. Until next time, I'm Aries Moon Girl. I care about the stars, but most of all, I care about you. And this is why I do